It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light and we banish hate. And in our world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. Throw your arms around the world at Christmas time. Okay, guys, we know I can't sing. Psychic Bob here. It is so good to be with you. I've been listening to this song today. You guys know it's from 1984 called Feed the World. Wonderful song. You know, I remember that song. It was such a song of hope. And during those years, there was a great famine in Ethiopia. And a lot of the rock stars in Britain got together and they put out that song. And it brought a lot of joy, a lot of hope to the world. And you know, I think at this time of Christmas, it's a wonderful time to think of hope and to think of joy. And you know, the mystery of the season is that light is still coming to the earth. You know, as many of you have been asking lately about my pentacle pendant, I was somewhere the other day and somebody said, "What is that? I never seen that." And I thought, rather than go into a long explanation, I said, "It's the star of hope and promise and good things." And they said, "Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to get one of those." And the truth is that it really is. It is a symbol of the star of hope. It's a magical symbol. And you know, stars of hope have been really throughout all of history. You know, I was out shopping with Mom earlier today. And by the way, Mom says hello and Merry Christmas to all of you. And I saw a wonderful little treat. And I've got myself a little candy bar. Now, I'm not being endorsed by Whitman's Chocolate, but it's a Whitman's Chocolate bar. And they put these out every Christmas. And they usually have different scenes of Christmas on it. And I couldn't help but be drawn to this candy bar because do you notice who's in it? We've got the three wise men and Mary and Joseph and Jesus. And you see, there's the three wise men. I think that's a shepherd back there. And they're each bringing a gift to Jesus. And I love that because at this time of magic, at this time of Christmas, it reminds us of a time of magic. And, you know, the first people to see Jesus were three wise men. Now, who were the three wise men? Well, they were powerful mystics. They were astrologers. They studied the stars. And as you know, here every week at Spirit Channel, we have our horoscopes. Now, today we're not having horoscopes because it's Christmas Eve, but we'll have those next week. But you see, at this time, every year, you see, we get to stop and think about that whole mystery. Again, the star of hope was seen and pointed to the mystery of the Christ who came into the earth. I just love the story of Jesus and the wise men. And for those of you who may not be familiar, I thought today we'd have a little reading. This is my mom's family Bible, and I saw that sitting over on the table, and I said, you know, let's look up this story. And I thought we'd talk about this today. So I want you guys to pull up your chairs. We're going to hear the mystical story of the wise men and the birth of Jesus. Now, this is taken from the second chapter of Matthew in the New Testament. So, chapter 2. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him." When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. So they said to him, this is the wise men speaking to the king, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, but you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, and not the least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you shall come a ruler who will be shepherd of my people Israel." Then Herod, when he had secretly called the wise men, determined from them what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, and he said, "Go search carefully for the young child, and when you have found him, bring back word to me, that I may come and worship him also." When they heard the king, they departed, and behold, the star which they had seen in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented to him gifts to him of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then, being divinely warned in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed for their own country another way. And that is the story of the mystical three wise men. Now, as somebody here who studies astrology, I have to tell you, it gives me a lot of joy and hope that, that the first people to see the mystic Christ were astrologers. And I think that really says something. You see, the spirit of the divine is always at work, always sending us signs of hope. And it's interesting because the three wise men were clearly astrologers. They studied the star, they could figure the timing, they knew where it pointed to, and they knew what it meant. And so today, in this time of struggle, so many of you have written to me from all over the world. You said, "Psychic Bob, I'm in a time of struggle. I don't have any money. My husband lost his job. My wife left me. My children are in the hospital." So many of you are having struggles now. And I think that despite all of our challenges, the one thing that we know is that within us, there still shines that star of hope. That star that was over Bethlehem, that pointed to the Christ, was a sign of divine power. All of us today still have within us the signs of divine power. But we have to stop and look for them. I'm sure in the days of Jesus, a lot of people went around, saw that star, that said, "Oh, that's an interesting thing in the sky," and just walked on and forgot it. But you see, the wise men watched and looked for signs. And as people of spirit, of faith, we have to wait upon the signs. So you might find yourself today in a really challenging place. You might say, "Psychic Bob, I just don't have any hope." Well, I can tell you that that ray of light that pierced the sky, that spoke to the astrologers, the three wise men, is still with us. You may not see it in the sky today, because that light is actually within you. And so look within and find that light. There is always hope. If you're here today and you're saying, "Psychic Bob, I'm at the end of my rope," remember, that star is within you. You might even want to go get a star pendant like mine, a pentacle, and start wearing it. Because when I see that pentacle, I say, you know what? The star of hope is within me. And I get hope and joy again. We all struggle. Yes, even psychics have their rough times. But you see, having that star of hope reminds me of the mystery of Christmas. And so I encourage you today, take some time, look for that light within. Remember that you are no less connected to the mystery of the powerful star of hope than were the wise men. The three wise astrologers, they got the privilege of seeing the star at the time of Christ. But as I said, that star is still with us. So today I invite you on our Monday, where we usually have astrology, and I always say it, but if you're at a time of despair, just pause and look to the stars, because above us The wheel of the zodiac is always spinning, and that means that each day brings new opportunities, fresh beginnings, and hope and joy. And let the stars be your ally on the journey. The stars don't control us nor compel us, but they do inspire us. And if we let that inspiration come within, then we'll have joy, we'll have peace, and we'll have hope. I hope wherever you are this day that you are going to have a truly blessed and Merry Christmas. I want to say thank you to all of you who have been with me throughout all of this year. 2018 had its ups and its downs for all of us, but we've all made it to this point. And if you're watching today, guess what? You made it through. You might say, I don't know, Bob, I don't think I made it through, but you made it through. So I want to thank you for being part of my channel. You guys bring me so much inspiration. All of you are like little shining stars to me, and each of you send rays of hope. Whenever you write me your letters, you share your thoughts, it means a lot to me. So I want to thank you for being here. And as I said, I hope wherever you are that you are having a wonderful holiday. I send my greetings to all of you for a truly blessed and Merry Christmas.